Springs County Quorum Court, please come to order. At this time, we'll have the past prayer and the pledge to the flag.
Most gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for allowing us to assemble here tonight, and we pray that you lead, guide, and direct us in these decisions. They would all be made to be most pleasing to you. These things we ask in Christ Jesus' precious name. Amen.
Amen. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Y'all excuse me, I got tied up out there with the State Highway Department. Okay, at this time we'll have the roll call.
Anderson.
Here.
Costin.
Here.
Cranford.
Yes.
Hilliard.
Here.
Hodges.
Yes. Here.
Massey.
Here.
Riggins. Here. Thornton.
Here.
Weldon. Here. Willis. Yarborough. Here.
We welcome all of you here this evening. Thank you for taking time to come out. At this time, we'll go right into the bills. Bill 1428.
Your Honor, I'd like to introduce Bill 1428 and ask the clerk to read it.
Be it enacted by the Quorum Court of Hot Spring County, Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance to allow the sheriff to fill a temporary position in the sheriff's office. Section 1, an ordinance to allow the sheriff to fill a temporary position in the sheriff's office. Section 2, ordinance 13-61 to freeze hiring by all Hot Spring County offices until further notice was approved November 13, 2013. An elected official or supervisor may be allowed to hire a new or previous employee upon approval by the Quorum Court. Section 3 is determined that it is in the best interest of Hot Spring County to approve this ordinance, which shall be effective immediately upon approval by the Quorum Court and in accordance with state law.
Your Honor, I would like to make a motion to suspend the rules and read this on the second reading by title only.
Second motion.
Got a motion, second, suspend the rules. Roll call.
Anderson.
Yes.
Costin.
Yes.
Cranford.
Yes.
Hilliard.
Yes.
Hodges.
Yes.
Massey.
No.
Reagan.
Yes.
Thornton.
Yes.
Weldon.
Yes.
Willis. And Yarborough.
Yes.
An ordinance to allow the sheriff to fill a temporary position in the sheriff's office.
Your Honor, I'd like to make a motion to read this for the third and final reading by title only.
Second motion.
Suspend the rules, excuse me, to read it by the third reading by title only.
Okay. Got a motion? Get a second? Discussion. Would anyone like to yield to Mr. Gage?
There you go.
I would.
Wait a minute. Yes, I will. Put the timer on him.
Time.
Come up here where we can hear better, Mr. Gage. To
Well, that's
this.
the problem I got, because I can't hear Mr. Costin.
I was gonna say, come up
Right
here.
here.
That's what I'm saying. Come up.
Is this pertaining to the sheriff's department and hiring people to take up the slack over there?
You're talking about someone to take the place of those that are.
That's
take
what
the place
they
of
are.
those that-
Mr. Gage, do you mind coming to the microphone? That's what we're asking.
Okay.
We want you to come to the microphone.
All right, listen.
We'll let the
I
sheriff
want
answer
to
that
discuss
question.
something with you before we go any further with this sheriff's department. Okay? I'm sitting here looking at some stuff that this goes to a case of county liability. That's why I'm here. This sheriff is hanging our liability out way further than he's supposed to be doing, and that's just the first issue I got with you tonight. Mr. George Kidder was arrested. He had equipment confiscated, one 1980 Chevrolet pickup truck, one 1992 Chevrolet Corvette, 4 rims, hood caps, belonging to that $1,976, and the sheriff's department lost that evidence. That case was dismissed. Mr. Kidder got his $1,976 back. Nothing's gone to court. The vehicles and the rims, he's not got back. It's sitting out there, and that became a county liability for the condition of it, where it's sitting at the whole time. He's also got allegations that there's other stuff taken from there that is not listed on this confiscation list. I have talked to the county prosecuting attorney, future county prosecuting attorney now, today about this matter. He got his $1,976 back. She's not sure why he don't have the 2 vehicles back. But you can rest assured that stuff is sitting on there. Whatever damage is done to it, we fix to have to pay for it. Whatever he says was taken is probably going to wind up in a civil suit we're going to have to pay for. Now, and if you're going to sit here and make arrangements to hire temporary people to take 2 people's place that evidently was not qualified to do the jobs they was supposed to be able to do when he hired them. Now, we got to draw the line here and stop and say, hey, we've had enough. We spent $4,500 of money to go in there and get something straightened out that shouldn't have been straightened out, that he knew was responsibility that he got when he asked the people to give him that responsibility. And when I went over there, because I had enough courage to ask questions about why we got such a high dollar phone bill, and looking at some evidence of drug expenditures and stuff, instead of him and his chief deputy coming up and saying, well, Mr. Gage, we don't have that because it's not been logged up. I get ransacked, pinned against the wall, cussed at by, you're not getting nothing out of here. It ain't none of your business. You're not coming up here and butting into my business and get a free ride to the county jail and get charged with 4 charges and cost me attorney fees to be in court. And then the man's chief deputy didn't even have courage to stand up there and fight me. So he denied my day in court. I wanted my day in court. I turned down 5 or 6 different plea bargains because I'm not guilty of nothing. And now you're sitting here and the man's lost the evidence in this case. Lost the evidence. His department did. We got under state police investigation, and that's getting drawn out to ever. It looks like to me somebody has said already, stood up and said, well, the stuff, the heat and humidity dissolved the stuff. Or some 4-legged rats or 2-legged rats got it and took it out. What I'm telling you is, every piece of evidence that's in that evidence room right now is now, the integrity of it is in question. And everybody that a victim of crime in this county that's dependent on that evidence to get the perpetrator convicted, and that evidence gets stowed out because we got a sheriff that's been out in left field, and he ain't in left field anymore. He done climbed the fence and he's way out in the parking lot somewhere. They have been denied, if their cases is lost for that, they have been denied the constitutional guarantee of equal protection under the law. Now, I'm drawing the line tonight, and I hope you draw the line, because this man is guilty of malfeasance, non-feasance, and we could even throw misfeasance in there. And I am, for one, going to the prosecuting attorney and file that complaint. And it will be a special prosecutor that looks at it, not a state police. I've had enough. There's a wall full of people's names down there. And I get irritated when I hear that. It says, if we keep the faith, it wasn't in vain. Now, we got all this veteran stuff going on. The governor's got a thing in there today about treatment of veterans and the medical care and all of that. But we stepped on the very thing that they stood up and said in that oath of office was, I do solemnly swear to obey the orders of the officers and men above me and defend the Constitution of this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And this man took that oath of office. It was in the Air Force, but he took it. And he has not answered one allegation that's been levied to him in the daily record or anybody else about violating constitutional rights, missing evidence, or anything. Now, everybody, if you're totally innocent, you will stand up and defend yourself, even you people in office, and 3 of us going to have to defend yourself before the night's over. Now, but being silent is not an answer. Silence indicates that you're not going to put yourself in a position to where you have to lie about something. I give the man advice on the first issue was, look, go over there to the paper and tell them, well, this violation of constitutional rights, we had people in the jail for 12 days and nobody knew he was there. They wasn't brought in front of a judge. It happened, but I've got controls in there now that's going to keep it from happening in the future. But he chose not to do that. Anybody wonder why the jail bill, the damn phone bill is so high? Got any questions? I'll tell you where you can find it out. Get on the internet, because you're authorized to do that. Anybody is, and pull it up and check the jail phone bill. That is ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. We got a big phone bill in the jail that doesn't even concern completed phone calls. It could turn 16.
1 minute. 1 minute. 1 more minute.
1 more minute? Okay. Then put me down for the next full quorum court meeting.
Well,
Now, is that 1 minute for the rest of the...
Don, there'll be other issues before this night,
We can
so
give you 5 minutes.
that we will ask if there's any discussion.
Okay.
So,
let me say
I'm
one
asking
thing.
you.
We have no one works for us. We are the Quorum Court.
No.
We set laws for the county, but we do not investigate anything.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Mr.
Let me tell you,
Cranford.
we didn't elect that man for sheriff. We didn't elect this man for county judge. I didn't elect him for JP. But what I was saying, you're wrong. You go see the prosecuting attorney. If you got grounds for saying you need to talk to the prosecuting attorney.
You wait a minute. You as a whole got more power than this man's got right here. Individually, all you're going to be able to do is marry somebody. Okay? But as a whole right here, you control this man's budget. You can make him right now not fill these positions, but fill them with qualified people, so we ain't got to do at the end of the year paying another $4,500 to get his buck straightened out again.
Where do you get that at?
What?
We can fill vacancies like that. What you saying, the sheriff? We can't do nothing to the sheriff.
I didn't say that. I'm talking about you control his budget. You control all of that.
Yeah, we can do away with all his cars, make him walk.
That's right.
But we're not going to do it, though.
You make him switch cars during the shifts too, instead of having the car for
But
every
if you
empty
got
guy.
problems, you should go see the prosecuting attorney.
You got problems too if you're on that finance committee. You need to seek some legal advice. Now, I'm going to finish with that, but I got one more thing to say.
Okay, any more discussion? Any more discussion? Roll call.
You got no vote.
You want to rebuttal?
I just want to make one comment. And
Stand up where they can hear you.
Yeah, Mr. Kidder can pick up his equipment anytime you want. He may not want to, did not show up, so that's the reason he doesn't have his car.
Are you available this morning?
Not to you.
To him,
Who?
George Pitt.
Yeah.
He's sitting right here. What time?
We need to vote. We need to vote.
What time?
I don't know, he needs to call the reason.
Well, he's right here. He's facing
This is not us.
Okay, we put that one. Okay, we're down to what, reading it second time?
Third time.
Third time. Third time the title.
Roll call.
Roll call.
Roll call.
Okay. Anderson,
Yes.
Costin,
Yes.
Cranford,
Yes.
Hilliard,
Yes.
Hodges,
Yes.
Massey,
No.
Riggins,
Yes.
Thornton,
Yes.
Weldon,
Yes.
Willis, and Yarborough.
Yes.
An ordinance to allow the sheriff to fill a temporary position in the sheriff's office.
Okay, Your Honor, this did receive, but do pass through committee, and I make a motion for its adoption.
Second motion.
Got a motion second for the adoption of Bill 1428. Roll call. Any discussion?
Now, is this the one that we all talked about at the budget committee the other day?
Yes.
The girl is on sick leave. She's gonna have.
Take the girl on sick leave.
She's had surgery. There is no additional money to the budget. She's going to be paid from Patty's salary until Patty comes back.
So she can work full-time, temporary? I know that was the question the other day about the 20 hours and,
Can't do contract.
but she's
Because
not
she
gonna.
uses up her budgetary money.
But she's not gonna get the insurance or the retirement. It's just a temporary position.
That's my understanding.
Well, let me,
Same as the contract, just not the contract. But she can work 40 hours, I mean, that's.
Work 40.
I think he's worked 40 hours up to 39 a week.
Says that she won't be
Okay,
drawn.
she'll have to waive that benefit, won't she? The lady that they hire will have to waive her benefit package. Is that right?
That's what I was talking about. April said that she could work 40 hours no more than 3 months. And she could sign a form saying that she's not going to receive that benefit.
It came from
The
April.
Aprils, yeah.
And then the insurance, because it's temporary,
Right.
she don't qualify for it.
Right.
The other, normally the other cutoff time would be 29 hours.
If it was a part-time.
Yeah, if, you know.
But it's
Let's
temporary.
don't get confused.
Yeah, it's
So it's under
temporary.
30
Stick
hours
to it.
for full-time benefits. Excuse me, 30 hours or more.
Any more discussion? Roll.
Anderson,
Yes.
Costin.
Yes.
Cranford.
Yes.
Hilliard.
Yes.
Hodges.
Yes.
Massey.
Nope.
Reagan. Thornton.
Yes.
Weldon.
Yes.
Willis. Yarborough.
Yes.
Next bill is 1429.
I'd like to introduce Bill 14-29. Have a clerk.
Be it enacted by the Quorum Court of Hot Spring County, Arkansas, an appropriation ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance to appropriate funds from unappropriated general fund 1000 to general fund 1000, Department 0418 jail. Section 1, appropriate $1,587 from unappropriated general fund 1000 to general fund 1000, Department 0418 jail line item 3018 ankle monitoring program. Section 2, fees are collected from inmates for the ankle monitors, and these are monitored by the Secure Alert, Inc. Section 3, it is determined that it is in the best interest of Hot Spring County to make this appropriation, and this appropriation shall be fully effective after passage and in accordance with state law.
This got to be passed in committee and make a motion for adoption.
Second.
Discussion. We got a motion, second. Discussion.
If we are collecting the money from the inmates, why are we having to come up with $1,597?
You'll have to ask someone.
That's money that they had at the treasurer's office, that the inmates have already paid for it, and they're transferring it over into his account. We've already got the money.
That's what you recognize that, didn't you? He wants to know why it's having to be appropriated now because it's already been paid in. What's happened?
You just got to do that.
You have to appropriate it
Yeah.
back out.
We don't have any choice but to do that.
That's
Money.
what the legislative audit makes you do. It's paid in, but then you gotta turn around and pay it, put it back in that line item, then turn around and be paid. That's the way I understand it works. Is that correct, Mr. Constant?
That's what I understand.
We've always done it.
Do you have any other questions or statements? I'd say that now's the time to do it. Is there any more discussion? Roll call.
Anderson.
Yes.
Costin.
Yes.
Cranford.
Yes.
Hilliard.
Yes.
Hodges.
Yes.
Massey.
No.
Reagan.
Yes.
Thornton.
Yes.
Weldon. Willis. Yarborough.
Yes.
Okay, next is Bill 1430.
I would like to introduce Bill 14-30 and ask the clerk to read it, please.
Be it enacted by the Quorum Court of Hot Spring County, Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance to allow the collector to fill a full-time temporary position in the collector's office. Section 1, ordinance to allow the collector to fill a full-time temporary position in the collector's office. Section 2, ordinance 13-61 to freeze hiring by all Hot Spring County offices until further notice was approved November 13, 2013. An elected official or supervisor may be allowed to hire a new or previous employee upon approval by the Quorum Court. Section 3 is determined that it is in the best interest of Hot Spring County to approve this ordinance, which shall be effective immediately upon approval by the Quorum Court and in accordance with state law.
And we will have to suspend the rules on this moment. Or y'all want to let it
I
ride?
make a motion to suspend the rules and read it for the second time by title only.
Second motion.
Motion second, suspend the rules, read for the second time by title only. Discussion.
Okay, yeah. Somebody on sick leave again when we're trying to hire somebody temporary, or what's the deal here?
I'm probably gonna have to let somebody else explain this to you, but I think the answer to that question is no.
So we'll approve it.
Anybody here like to talk to this bill?
We've got a bill coming up.
I do.
Wait a minute, sit down.
Got a bill on coming out of automation fund from the collector's office to hire some extra help for her. And she's the only one that can use that automation money.
Who is?
The collector of the county. That's Valerie Hearn.
Yes, I'm here. I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
Would you like to explain the
Yes,
purpose of your bill?
I'll give her my.
That's okay. Am I doing okay? Is that okay?
Yeah, come on up here.
Just explain what you need, where the money come from.
Do what?
Just explain why you need the help for Mr. Massey. He was asking about it
Because it's-
and where the money came from. So
Okay.
it does not come out of county general.
No, the money did not come out of county. It comes from my automation. Anything that I spend, the county get reimbursed, because I'm really paid by the school. But anyway, this is an automation fund that I have. It's money set especially for my office. Can't use it for anything else, can't use it for nobody else's office, I can't use it for nothing but for my office. If I want to buy equipment or anything. And I needed some part-time help for about 3 months. Honestly, I was trying to do good, and I think I did more harm than I did good. So, Valerie Wiley needed 3 months to get her retirement from the county. And I said, she had asked every office, and this hadn't just started, it's been a while. Okay. She had asked everybody, and I pondered over this, and I prayed about this, and I thought, I got this money. I would pray that somebody would hire me for 3 months to get my retirement. So I said, okay, I got money, and it's for my office. I can't nobody else use it for me, and I'm not going to use it, and I'm going to give it back. So I offered to help her for 3 months. It got blown out of proportion. I was accused. I was fussed at. And all I was trying to do was do good. And that is the truth. I wasn't trying to go behind nobody back. I wasn't trying to break the laws. I wasn't trying to do anything. And I know you didn't ask for all that. I'm sorry. But that's the whole point. That was trying to help a person that needed 3 months to retire. And I got accused of everything you could do. So, anything else you want? I'm sorry. I know you didn't ask for that, but.
So the funds that,
Yeah, I think he did ask.
the funds, I just want to understand exactly what we're talking about here. So the funds that's allocated for this position for 3 months
Coming out of
is
my
coming out
automation.
of your office.
That's right. Out of my automation that nobody can use
But your office.
Right.
So you have the right to use it whichever way you would
Yes.
like to see fit to better your office, right?
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
That's all it is.
Okay.
Who's
Anything
gonna
else?
fill the position?
Don't the money go back to somebody who
It'll go back
don't
to-
use it?
Yes.
Goes back to the entity.
Yes.
Like the school
Like the
district.
school district.
She has to turn it back.
Yes.
And that's all I tried to do.
Okay.
I got accused
Who
of
did you
everything.
hire
Are you gonna
I didn't
advertise
hire
for this
anybody.
position?
Sir, I'm sorry. I
Are you
can't.
gonna advertise for this position, we're just gonna pick out somebody that we like?
What, do you know how many people, and I'm not being small, would want to work 3 months? Because that's all it is. It's
Well,
3 months.
you never know until you.
But I will
Figure
advertise.
out.
But I stood here and said that I was trying to help her get her retirement. And yes, I may have went about it the wrong way, but I did. But the only thing I know, and after I got accused, I called the attorney.
Yeah.
So, if I did wrong, I'm sorry. Charge it to my
I'm not
mind.
accusing you of anything.
I know you
I
know.
didn't even
I know
hurt
you
you.
know. I know.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna fill this position, it should be advertised.
And
It shouldn't be a political move, which it appears to be.
I
It
understand.
appears to be whether it
Do
is or
you have
not.
guidelines to say that you have to Advertise?
Yes, Diane, we're supposed to.
Okay.
But my thing is, I'm not trying to policy you. I mean, I can't do anything for
Advertise for the
Valerie.
position then.
Sir,
I said advertise for the position.
I will.
Paper.
Yes, sir, no problem.
Is there a real need for the position you fill? Or is it
Well,
just?
that's our business time. And usually in October, especially in October, but we used to have a part-time. And we just got kind of away from it. The phones ring. I work the front when people go to lunch. Everybody have to have lunch. I work the front. I answer the phone. I do everything. And yeah, there is a need. There is a need.
Don't you think it'd be a dangerous precedent to set that anybody that needs a few more months on their retirement just come down here and we'll hire you for something?
Well, if you worked for the county and I had the money, yeah, I would do it. If I possibly could, I would. And that's the truth.
So half of the criteria has been met. She has worked there before.
Yeah, she has worked, and she had worked in the collector's office. It's been several years ago, but she did work.
Well, why would somebody quit 3 months before they didn't have time?
Well, it's probably because whoever was elected didn't keep her on. Now, I can't answer that, but that's just my opinion. I don't know what happened, but that's what I'm assuming.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
They used to couldn't retire in 5 years.
Okay. Thank you, Valerie.
You're welcome. Uh-huh.
Would anyone on the court yield a period of time for Mr. Gage?
I'll yield, Mr. Gage.
Hey, I'm one of them accusers she was talking about. One thing I'm not clear of, though, is Miss Valerie, did you appear in front of this finance committee and ask for this position to be filled, or did Miss Wiley appear in a secret meeting and ask for this position to be filled?
I was there, yes, sir. I was there.
There was
You
no
was in that closed session meeting.
There was no
Hey,
closed session.
What are you gonna talk to the Quorum Court about? Talk to us, don't be talking to someone in the audience.
I'm just clarifying the issues there, Mr.
Are you gonna talk to the Quorum Court?
Yes, I am.
Are you gonna talk to the Quorum Court?
Yes, I am.
Okay, get talking to us.
Okay. Who's on the finance committee?
I am.
You're not?
No.
Okay.
Mr. Willis is not here. His son's sick.
You compromise the integrity of the entire court if you moved into a private session after the meeting has been adjourned to discuss anything. And most of us doesn't have any idea now, there's no public record of it or anybody heard it, if this is what you actually discussed back there or not.
We didn't adjourn a meeting.
Nobody went all out in the hallway or nothing.
There was several folks in here having discussions because we had a budget and finance committee that was published in the paper. And then Ms. Hearn asked us, we stood right there by the banister and said, can I talk to you about an idea I've got? Something I want to talk to the budget and finance committee. We always, Mr. Gage, budget and finance committee, 99.9% of the times meets in that little room back there, and anybody's welcome to join us.
Okay.
And I didn't tell anybody they couldn't join us that night.
Let's cut to the chase then and get it over with and I'll get out of here. Make Mr. Cranford happy. Okay?
Yes, sir.
This stinks of partisan politics. 3 Democrats and a Democrat candidate meets to get a job so she can get 3 months of retirement and puts her in the public limelight during an election year to get back on the Quorum Court. That's bad news. If that had been 3 Republicans in that meeting and a Republican candidate pulled that, they'd been sitting and been served with papers and been in front of Judge Williams. You compromised. No, I'm still got the floor. You compromised your system when you did that, and the best thing the Quorum Court can do is disband that finance committee, table Miss Valerie Wiley's chance to get that job. And I'm sorry you like 3 years or 3 months of getting retirement. Okay? Had you used better judgment in some other issues, you'd probably still be sitting on the Quorum Court. And I guess that would apply to it.
That has nothing to do with
No, we don't
this.
get retired.
Okay.
We don't get
Hey,
retired.
but I'm sorry, that happens all the time. That's part of being elected. There's a whole bunch of people that falls in that category, and there's just as many people out here in the poor state
Sir,
of Arkansas.
I'm the proletarian. Would you like to be arrested?
No, I wouldn't.
I'm the proletarian with the Quorum Court. Would you like to sit down, or would you like to go to jail?
If I use 5 minutes.
He's the timekeeper, Mr. Gage.
Well, I'll leave because sheriff's already got his gun cocked. I hope it don't go off on y'all while it's in here. I'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Yeah, have a good night there, Mr. Kramer.
Yeah, there ain't no politics involved.
Move along.
Let's see now, that was a discussion on what? Suspending the rules again?
For the hiring freeze.
But regardless of his point, I mean, we are going to hire a temporary worker for the sheriff's department that we're not giving retirement or insurance to.
And I specifically asked Ms. Hearn if this position could be used for the sheriff, and there is a possibility that that could be, but it has to go through her and her budget and everything, so there is an opportunity there. But Ms. Hearn is who came to speak to, and everybody knows that's where we always meet, and the press was here that night, and I didn't tell anybody that, but we stood right over there by that banister. I mean,
We don't have to tell anybody. We've always met.
That's where we always meet, so there was no compromising of anything.
And it sure ain't no politics involved in this. I'll tell you that right up front.
Okay, now then, are we in the middle of the discussion to put it on, suspend the rules, put it on second reading?
I made the motion, and
Josh
James
isn't finished.
Seconded.
Oh,
Okay,
good.
I'm sorry if I-
Josh, go ahead.
The only point I was making was that it doesn't seem right to hire somebody for the sheriff's department and not give them benefits, but hire somebody for the collector's office and then give them benefits.
I don't
Or
believe
relative-
she's
not-
benefits,
we're not
it's
giving
just
them
giving her
benefits.
time.
Well, if she's getting time, they're having to pay into April to get that retirement.
No, wait a
It's
minute.
not costing the county anything.
Wait a minute.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. There is a difference. Ms. Wiley is going to be on full, just like any other employee, just like it. In other words, she'll
This
have
one
a
reads
full
the
benefit
exact same,
package.
a temporary position in the collector's office.
I mean, you got a point, but she has a full. Is that right, Valerie?
But I can't hear you, I'm sorry.
You're Valerie. If you hire whoever you hire, they will have a full package, right, for 3 months, just like any of the rest of us.
Right, and she do have experience. I mean, she have experience.
She'll have what?
She have experience.
Experience. Okay, experience.
So, yeah, it's not costing the county
Do
anything.
you want to go back and pay the other girl with the benefit package too?
Excuse me?
I'm talking Josh now, Valerie.
I'm just saying what should be good for one should be good for them. I mean, it's making exceptions for specific people, and I just don't think that's what the government's designed for.
Can I say something? I didn't hear what Josh's question was. Can I need to come up close. Now, can you say that again?
What Josh is saying to you. What you do for one, do for the other.
What am I doing that's not good for the others? I'm not going to.
You're not doing anything, but Hot Spring County is going to. You're going to treat one employee different than another employee that you're going to hire.
What do you mean by that?
You're not. It's not.
You're not doing anything. Valerie, she's getting the full benefit package, and the other lady is not going to get the full benefit package.
It's bad business to make two different policies just because one person's special and the other is not.
But one
One
is getting
needs
paid
something.
one else the money is allocated totally different from
Well,
the pay. Does that make a difference?
I don't think it makes a difference where the money comes from. I mean, because it's still all county money. It ain't like there's some floating money out there. If she don't use it, it'll go back to somebody that paid taxes at school or something. I mean, and where it comes from, I don't think is as important as how it's spent. I mean, that's, I just, like I said before, I don't want to set a precedent of, well, if you're somebody used to work here and needs some help, come on up here and we'll change the rules from what we did for the last guy. And I don't know any of these people, but I'm just saying.
Okay, thank you, Josh. Now, We're still down to suspend the rules and put it on there for the second reading, right?
That's the discussion I think we're on.
I think that's
Can
where we are.
I ask one more question?
Yes.
Mr. Massey's already asked it about being advertised. Is it supposed to be advertised, or is it?
Just, yes. Yes, we are supposed to advertise when there's an open
They
position.
don't necessarily do it, though.
Hey,
They don't do it.
Well, you got one
Never
department
happened.
that does it. We got one that does it, and that is the road.
What's the big fuss about?
I mean, yeah.
I've never
Yeah,
heard this much talk about temporary
They're hard
employee in my
to
life.
do.
We used to have a temporary
That's probably a
employee
bad
from one
thing,
office
yeah.
to another, and stuff of that nature, and everything. And the county sheriff used to be the guy that collected the money and everything. Deputies would go and work in that office at this time of year till October and stuff. I know what we can't get things straight. In other words, we got elected officials and let them run their office. If they cannot do it, we ought to ask them to resign. That's the way I feel about it. In other words, Valerie knows what she's doing. Do any of us know what she's doing? No. We think we do. But what I'm saying, let's try to get along. We've been here for 45 minutes. There's only supposed to be a 15-minute meeting. Well, I can stay here all night, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying, but what I'm saying is, we need to quit arguing amongst ourselves about things. If you don't know what you're talking about, don't speak up.
So just what you're saying is just vote yes on that, and don't question nothing, just
No,
go.
question.
It's already a done deal anyway, James. She's gonna go work down there, I'm ready to do it. We all know it's a done deal.
What I'm saying,
Done deal last week, that's all I got to say
you want to
about
talk to the county judge anytime you want to.
Yeah.
You can talk to any of the elected officials about what
it.
they
You
want. all
made a
that.
point, been here 45 minutes, let's do it. Let's get it over with. No more talking, no more arguing.
Yeah, your question, yes, you should advertise. We're supposed to advertise. Now,
And my next question is, will it be? Will it be advertised?
do what?
My next question is, will it be advertised? If it should be, will it be?
Will it be advertised, Ms. Hearn?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We don't have any control over that. We'll just-
That's her call.
Yeah, that's the
Nobody
department
else does.
officials head
Department
for us to
head.
decide.
Now, is there anything else before we proceed?
Well,
I'm not trying to decide.
Read the second
I'm
time.
gonna ask-
That's the part, I know, but
You got it now.
that's a fair question, but we can't do anything about it.
No, I'm not saying that we can.
Well,
It's a good idea to advertise.
withhold money, but in this case, we can't even withhold that money, that's all I'm making.
Okay.
Sheriff changes.
Just move along with this.
Okay, here we go. Okay. We're getting ready to have a roll call, suspend the rules, read it, put it on title only for the second time.
Anderson,
No.
Costin,
Yes.
Cranford.
Yes.
Hilliard,
Why you get paid the big bucks?
At least you weren't first.
You bet.
Do what you want.
I know.
Do what you want to do.
That's what you gotta do, do what you think's
It
right.
made no difference what it is.
Yes, I will.
Hodges,
Yes.
Massey,
No.
Riggin,
Yes.
Thornton,
Yes.
Weldon,
Yes.
Willis, and Yarborough.
Yes.
One more time.
An ordinance to allow the collector to fill a full-time temporary position in the collector's office.
This one always makes a motion. I make the motion to suspend the rules, read it for its third reading by title only.
Got a motion second. Got a second, motion and second, in discussion. Title only the third time. Roll call.
Anderson,
No.
Costin,
Yes.
Cranford.
Yes.
Hilliard,
Yes.
Hodges, Massey,
No.
Riggin,
Yes.
Thornton,
Yes.
Weldon,
Yes.
Willis, Yarborough.
Yes.
Now vote on the bill. Oh,
An ordinance to allow the collector to fill a full-time temporary position in the collector's office.
Okay. Your Honor, that did receive a due pass
You want
through
something?
boards and commissions. I make a motion for its adoption.
Second motion.
motion second, adopt the law. Roll call. Any discussion?
Then I don't think there's.
Would anybody yield to Mr. Hilliard?
I will.
No, that's Mr. Eller.
That's Mr. Ellard.
I'm sorry.
And I will be brief and short, and I will not yell.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry to inject myself into the conversation when it comes to this, and it has nothing to do with the meeting Friday, because I think y'all did what was right and everything. But I do have a question that when she was giving testimony, it struck me as very problematic, at least looking from the outside in. When I hear anyone say that the reason why I did this was because she was going from person to person asking for the job, and so then I decided after much soul seeking to create the job.
Right.
That's not right. Okay? And you can vote your conscience and do what you need to. It's not a political thing, and it's not a party thing. But if we're creating jobs for individuals, because at that moment, we as elected officials feel like we want to, and not because it's in the benefit of the county, then there's where the problem is. Now, she can go back and say that it's actually for the county. But if you go back and look at her testimony, she said that it was because she was asked and she wanted to do it for her. That's problematic. And that's a mistake. And I think it's a mistake for us to, for you as a Quorum Court, and it's not a debate, and I'm sorry, but it's unfortunate that was the wording that was used, because that's on record. And that's not the right thing we should be voting for and allowing to happen as a Quorum Court. And that means everyone. And so vote whatever you want, and I apologize for taking any time.
Any more discussion? Roll call.
Anderson.
No.
Costin.
Yes.
Cranford.
Yes.
Hilliard.
No.
Hodges.
Yes.
Massey.
No.
Riggin.
Yes.
Thornton.
Yes.
Weldon. Yes. Willis. and Yarborough.
Yes.
So does it get,
7, 3,
for suspending the rules, what's it take?
8.
8.
Takes 8, so how many was for?
About 7.
So we can
Gotta
still,
go another month.
yeah, we just got to, we can still do the, but we can't do that because this one didn't. We can't appropriate it. We can't appropriate the money because the hiring freeze wasn't lifted. Is that right? Is that the way that would work?
I'd say that it stops right there. That's it.
It'll be
You have to suspend the rules.
Third time, it did pass the first time.
Yeah, the first and the second.
So next month it'll have to
So
be.
next month
but
will
One
be the
reading.
third time.
But that gives time for advertising and all that.
Yeah. But Diane, you got to have 8 votes. on
Right,
suspending
and the first
rules.
2 passed.
That was to suspend the rules, but not
Okay.
the bill.
Suspend the rules for the
Third
Okay.
time.
third time.
Okay.
Third
Did
time,
not
didn't
pass.
pass.
Okay.
So
Third
it's been
time
read
did not
twice.
pass.
All right.
2 times it did, the last time it did.
So,
It'll still be on the agenda for the next
for the next
court meeting.
Okay.
And it'll be both of them. And then it'll be 30 days after that.
Will it have to be
Days
read?
effect.
It won't have to be read 3 times next.
Just one.
No,
Just
that'll
one.
be.
Okay,
time.
okay, got it.
One time.
Okay.
One time.
Thanks for
Third
explaining.
time.
30 days after it's passed, it'll go into effect.
Okay. Just want to make sure I'm still in the same way.
This kind of makes this new point, doesn't it?
I have a question, Judge. Do we need to make a motion to table this?
I put it like this, I don't see
Would that not be the
any, you don't
legal thing to
have
do?
the money to, if you passed it, you don't have the money to fund it.
Well, we can't.
I mean, you have not
pass-
crossed your law about the hiring freeze.
But we just can't let it hang in there. Don't we have to table it or do something with it?
No, it needs to be on the agenda next month.
I think you could just,
You need to make a motion to table it till the
Till
next.
the next meeting.
Till next meeting,
Okay.
is that not what
Because
we
it
do?
can have unfinished business hanging out there.
Make the
I
motion.
make a motion that we table this until the next meeting.
Second. Got a motion second to table 1431 till the next meeting. Discussion. Roll call.
Anderson.
Yes.
Costin.
Yes.
Cranford.
Yes.
Hilliard.
Yes.
Hodges.
Yes.
Massey.
Yes.
Riggin.
Yes.
Thornton.
Yes.
Weldon.
Yes.
Willis. and Yarborough.
Yes.
Move we adjourn the special meetings.
Anybody? Okay. I got a motion second to adjourn the special meeting. Everybody say yes if you want to adjourn.
Yes. Now we have a
Opposed by
meeting.
no. Now then, that's over. Now you're in committee meeting. Now